Hello, dear friends. Jesus had something to say to the judges. Woe to you, teachers of law, for you overburden men with burdens they can hardly carry, and you will not even lift a finger to help them. Luke 11:46. Opinion piece. Silent night operation. New start. Transition year. Final countdown. Creator's decree. Underwater UFOs. Starlink shut down. Unbridled trouble in 2025. This won't happen overnight. Let's start. It appears that the coalition has initiated the so-called silent night operation with surgical precision during Christmas season, according to Geopolitical. Intelligence agents have infiltrated meetings under the pretext of Christmas festivities, making sure that no culprits escape. The operation targets their safe zones and disrupts their global communication network. Cyber outages are expected. Before the change from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar, Christmas was celebrated on January 6th. Evidently, the coalition is going to wait until January 6th, 2025 to celebrate Christmas. Geopolitical reports that the coalition is ready for this Christmas and the New Year. The time for the reckoning has come. While the world is busy with Christmas and New Year celebrations, the coalition has launched a series of coordinated operations. This is not an isolated effort or a symbolic warning. The empire of the dark side is collapsing, and humankind is on the verge of liberation. The importance of this moment cannot be overstated. For years, the Christmas season has been used to conduct the darkest of business, believing the world was too distracted to notice. This year, they have fallen right into the trap that was set for them. The advanced Starlink satellite system will cut off communications from the activations of EBS, exposing crimes. As of this week, high priority targets has been cut off from their encrypted communication networks. They can no longer coordinate their counterattacks or alert their allies. This communications blackout extends across borders, leaving the dark side in chaos. Sources within the coalition confirm that this blackout is the prelude of the highly anticipated activation of the Emergency Broadcast System EBS. They must prepare for broadcasts revealing evidence of human trafficking, ritual abuse, election interference, and financial theft on a global scale. These truths will no longer be hidden. When the EBS occurs, it would last for 10 to 12 days. An EBS message would be sent over phones, television, and radio to the entire world, saying that in the next 5 hours, everyone should be at home due to a temporary global lockdown. December 2024 marks the beginning of the end of the dark side. The coalition's Christmas and New Year offensive will go down in history as the moment when humankind regained its freedom. The operations are happening now. The facts are real, and the judgments are coming. Stay alert. The desperation of the dark side will drive them to attempt their most audacious deceptions yet. Hold your ground, trust the plan, and prepare for revelations that will change our understanding of the world. This is not just a victory. It is a new dawn. The best is yet to come. Security plan. Official message from Ashtar Command. The good news is that the decree was issued by the Supreme Creator, determining that no other planet in the solar system was to be destroyed by any type of nuclear experiment, so we were called to intervene. Before 2012, there was a continuous and imminent risk of an atomic catastrophe, which, thanks to the efforts of many, has been definitively overcome. There is no possibility of this happening again in any way that would put an end to the experiment on Earth. Just as there has always been an ascension plan for Earth, there has also been a plan set in place by those who are not part of the Federation, which would be to use the human species on Earth as a source of energy and slavery. What is happening now is the simple release of this subordination, as you have finally begun to see now how much freedom has been taken away from you. Our ships are now in your skies, and the response of the people to this, mostly positive, clearly shows that your soul's desire has always been, even though many of these souls cannot understand what is happening. On a deep spiritual level, you rejoice and believe in the best that is imminent. This is the clear reality of your true presence, coming from the stars in an ascension process. Finally, all the limitations that have been imposed are gradually being removed, and our presence sounds like an evident representation that the time of slavery of the human species has ended. This will not happen overnight, but a ladder is being climbed, and the oppression of the races that do not belong to the Federation is ending. We will continue to show ourselves uninterruptedly until there is nothing left but to announce our presence officially. This is a game of chess, and we continue forward, analyzing all the timelines that are continuously being created. Our computers are constantly performing precise calculations, and there is no possibility that dark forces will perpetuate their reign in this system. Ufology. According to Dr. Greer, galactic civilization wants humankind not to continue exploring the moon. According to Neil Armstrong, these civilizations express their discontent with humanity's Cold War mentality and military-driven space exploration. The message was clear. Space exploration should be approached in a spirit of peace and cooperation, not competition and militarization. This might explain why the US suspended its lunar missions after the Apollo program. Underwater UFOs and hidden bases beneath the waves. Rory Kremer, an experienced archaeologist with over 20 years of experience, ventured into the deep sea near California as part of the Netflix series Alien Investigation. One of the most important discoveries was a 60 to 90 foot long structure, resembling a streamlined fuselage, unlike anything in nature. Other finds included geometrically precise stone objects and what appeared to be ancient rings of fire. These discoveries point to long-lost civilizations or something more extraordinary, such as extraterrestrial activity. First contact. If we join the intergalactic family of civilizations, there would be certain things that would be expected of us. According to Steve Biko, you would expect that when an alien craft landed on Earth, it would do so on a planet at peace. If they saw a war in Ukraine and another one in Israel and Gaza, I don't think they would land here. Achieving peace around the world is something we do for ourselves, but it is also something we must do if we want to join the intergalactic family of civilizations. Please note that the galactic federations that are here to help us with our ascension have stated that nuclear weapons cannot be exploded in space and there will be no world war. And remember that both the white hats and the dark hats are aware of this. Secondly, it would have to be a planet that solved its distribution problems. There cannot be homeless and happy people. There would need to be mutual respect between all beings as divine creatures embarked on the same journey. Until we stop fighting each other, they will remain here as our teachers, hidden but accessible, no matter what they can achieve. To clean up oil spills, they neutralize our chemtrails without warning, redistribute the energy of earthquakes so that are not as devastating as they could be. They prevent nuclear weapons from exploding. They will avoid a world war because we have an ascension to enjoy. That's why we are here, and so are they. And after that, we will be like them. Alternative news. China is racing to capture alien bases on the moon, according to Sojourner. Hercules actor Kevin Sorbo says he left Hollywood because they are pedophiles. The reason everything seems bleak right now is because the kingdom of darkness is getting its last lashes, which is crumbling, according to Poet Dog. If the Black Swan event occurred during the holidays, the stock market would go into crisis. The only funds that are not reflected in individual QFS accounts are investments and stocks on the stock exchange. The QFS works on blockchain, where no fraud can happen because everything is traceable. They can see where all the money goes, which stops corruption and it tracks. Apparently, everyone has a sum of money in an individual quantum financial account. American Airlines grounded all its flights on Christmas Eve due to a technical glitch in its system. Other airlines have had flights delayed or cancelled due to snowstorms. Elon Musk has predicted that by 2030, machines will be smarter than humans. The singularity is the point in time when humans can create an artificial intelligence machine that is smarter than themselves, but we have a spiritual singularity that machines don't have. The British government was caught fabricating weather data from 103 non-existent stations to put its net zero agenda. Investigative filmmaker Richard Jeffs made a short film to demonstrate the influence of the Davos Forum has over the UK's two main parties. Both are undemocratically pushing for a transition to an authoritarian political system called stakeholder capitalism. Unprecedented events shaking our world. Too many never-before-seen events are happening all over the planet at the same time, destroying our infrastructure and stopping the movement of our civilization. Add to that the rising price of food as a classic indicator of inflation, and we are in for a wild ride in 2025. Unmasking the illusion. In a world where deception has become an art form, we are uncovering a hidden realm of clones, body doubles, and holograms. The very essence of our leaders, celebrities, and public figures might be nothing more than a well-crafted illusion. From the royal family to politicians, the lines between reality and fiction are blurred. It's time to pull back the curtain and expose the truth of this farce. According to Peggy Black and the team, the levels of dysfunction are being confirmed. Everything that has been kept in the shadows, everything that is not in integrity, everything that has been hidden is being revealed. Secrecy and deception can no longer be hidden. It is the light that shines in these dark places within the collective consciousness that is pushing everything to the surface of consciousness. This is generating a lot of fear and anxiety in the collective consciousness. However, there are also times of great celebration. And these are times of incredible expansion and awakening within each individual. It is your light that is emerging. It is your personal awakening that is to be celebrated. They are here to support the transformation and evolution of consciousness. They are an important aspect of everything that is unfolding before you. They are far more powerful than you realize. USA. Trump announces anti-drug crackdown, vows to designate Mexican cartels as terrorists, in plural. Trump calls possession of Greenland an absolute necessity for the US, in his opinion. The purchase of Greenland could be the largest territorial acquisition in history. Elon Musk calls the creators of the F-35 idiots, and Lockheed Martin responds. The Trump administration has a mandate from voters that is not just for a change of personnel, but for a fundamental change of regime within the framework of democracy. The new interim Syria government has as its main objectives the return of refugees, the end of drug trafficking, and ending separatist plans in northern Syria. Europe. Undersea power cable between Finland and Estonia cut, while Russian oil tanker is investigated. 250 ships with sunken treasures found off the coast of Portugal. Spain and Poland break record for purchases of Russian fertilizers. A Russian cargo ship sinks in the Mediterranean after an explosion in the engine room. 14 crew members of a Russian cargo ship sank in the Mediterranean, transferred to Cartagena. Americas. The government of Argentina makes official the withdrawal of taxes on the import of goods and services. Buenos Aires dismisses the police chief after another escape of detains. Milei presents a nuclear plan to place Argentina as a global energy player. UNICEF expressed concern over the case of missing minors in Ecuador. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.